For 5 days, London simply stopped existing, vanished beneath a killer cloud. It wasn't a bomb. It wasn't a plague. It was the air itself that became the enemy, a thick, suffocating shroud descending upon one of the world's greatest cities, turning day into an impenetrable, terrifying night. December 5th, 1952, a Friday, life in London bustled with its usual post-war rhythm. Christmas was around the corner, but as the sun dipped below the horizon, something unusual began to form. A cold, high-pressure system had settled over the Thames Valley. No wind, just a still, stagnant air mass trapping everything beneath it. And London, at the time, was a city that burned coal. Millions of domestic fireplaces, thousands of factories, all belching out smoke into the atmosphere. Usually, the wind would disperse it, but not this time. This time, it stayed. By Saturday, December 6th, the fog had thickened. Not just any fog. This was a pea souper, so dense it earned the grim nickname the Great Smog. Visibility plummeted to mere feet. Public transport ground to a halt. Buses couldn't see. Taxis were abandoned. Air and rail travel ceased. Even emergency services struggled to navigate the labyrinthine streets. Eyewitness accounts from the time paint a chilling picture. People couldn't see their own feet. They got lost on familiar streets, bumping into walls, stumbling into strangers. The air tasted acrid, metallic. It burned the eyes, stung the throat. Many wore handkerchiefs over their mouths, a futile attempt to filter the toxic air. Inside buildings, the smog seeped through cracks and under doors. Theaters canceled performances because the audience couldn't see the stage. Hospitals filled, not with accident victims, but with those simply struggling to breathe. The initial death toll was estimated at 4,000, a shocking number, but as weeks turned into months, the true horror of the Great Smog began to unfold. A silent, unseen killer had stalked the city. The smog wasn't just water droplets. It was a deadly cocktail of sulfur dioxide, soot, and tar particles. When mixed with the water vapor in the fog, it created sulfuric acid. Breathing this cocktail was like inhaling diluted battery acid. It attacked the respiratory system, causing inflammation, spasms, and eventually suffocation. The elderly and those with pre-existing conditions were hit hardest. By December 9th, a Monday, the weather finally shifted. A westerly wind swept through, slowly, gradually, pushing the noxious cloud away. London could breathe again, but the scars remained. The official report eventually concluded that the smog was responsible for an estimated 12,000 deaths over the following months. Not 4,000, but 3 times that number. A staggering, silent massacre. This wasn't just a weather event. It was a stark, brutal lesson in the consequences of unchecked industrial pollution, a warning whispered from the past that still resonates today. The Great Smog forced a reckoning. Before 1952, air pollution was largely seen as an unavoidable byproduct of progress. After, it was recognized as a public health crisis. In 1956, Parliament passed the Clean Air Act, a landmark piece of legislation. It restricted the burning of coal in urban areas and encouraged smokeless fuels. It was a direct response to those 5 deadly days. The Great Smog of London wasn't an ancient mystery or an unsolved crime in the traditional sense. Yet, it remains a profound historical enigma. How could a modern city be brought to its knees by its own breath? It raises questions about our relationship with the environment, about the invisible dangers we create, and the slow, insidious ways that progress can turn against us. The horror of those 5 days has faded from collective memory for many, but its legacy lives on in cleaner air laws across the globe. A testament to a city that learned a terrible, vital lesson. What other unseen dangers might be lurking, building slowly, silently in our modern world? The Great Smog reminds us that sometimes the greatest threats aren't sensational, but simply in the air we breathe. Uncover more forgotten tragedies and their enduring impact on our world.